Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about the boiling and condensation, right? So we are going to discuss about the what is boiling. We will explain boiling in detail. We will also understand the boiling with examples. Okay, example is here and we will understand about it. We will also explain the boiling with VLE diagram, that is vapor liquid equilibria. Okay, and with this diagram we will also try to understand that what is condensation, what are the examples of the condensation. Okay, in your daily life there are so many examples of the condensation as well as boiling, right? But we do not know about the boiling and condensation. Actually, what is the concept behind it, right? What is the relation between the pressure and temperature with respect to boiling and condensation, right? So we are going to discuss about these all topics in this video. So this video is going to be very interesting. I hope you will enjoy this video, right? So if you are new in our YouTube channel, please subscribe our YouTube channel, press the bell icon so that you could get the latest notification. So let's start the video with what is boiling. So in our previous video we discussed about the evaporation and boiling, right? And we will also discuss about the what is the difference between the evaporation and boiling, right? Now we will discuss first of all what is boiling, then we will discuss about the what is condensation, and after that we will try to understand that what is the difference between them. Okay, so first of all we must understand that boiling occurs at the solid liquid interface. Means in the case of the evaporation it was liquid vapor interface. Why? Because in the case of the evaporation your liquid, okay, or you can say simply the phase of liquid changes into the vapor phase, right? In our case there will be solid liquid interface. Okay, we will understand that also. Okay, let's suppose this is your one vessel, right, and there is the liquid. Are you getting my point? Now what you are doing, you are heating the surface. That surface is a solid, right? And this is your liquid. Let's suppose the water, right? Now what is the meaning of the solid liquid interface? We are going to understand that in our next slide when we will see the what is boiling, right? Now you must understand that one thing as well. The boiling occurs at the solid liquid interface. Okay, and what is boiling? Okay, we have understood that okay, boiling occurs at the solid liquid interface. Now what is the boiling, right? The next question arises that what is boiling? So actually boiling is the vaporization. Boiling is the vaporization of the liquid at a specific temperature. Okay, let's suppose if we take the example of the water. So water boils at 100 degrees Celsius when at 1 atm, means your atmospheric pressure is constant. Let's suppose, so at 1 atm your water will be boiled at 100 degrees Celsius, right? So we will also understand that what will happen if we increase or decrease this pressure. Okay, right? We have understood that what is the boiling. Now let's see this example. Okay, so what is happening here? Initially the bubbles are forming at the surface, at the solid surface, right? But we know that in the case of the boiling you will see that your bubbles will be here. So what is happening here, as you are increasing the temperature, so your rapid formation of the bubbles are increasing, means your bubble formation are increasing, and you can see here the bubbles are forming here. Okay, the bubble formations are there, right? This is the boiling. Okay, this is the boiling. Please do not confuse this with the evaporation. Okay, you can also see our previous video where we discussed about the evaporation and boiling. Okay, so this is the mainly the boiling. Okay, now just see here, we have understood about the what is boiling. Okay, in the case of the boiling the bubbles will be, you can visually you can see the bubbles. Okay, at this surface you can see the bubbles, but starting it comes from, okay, it starts from here. That's why I have written here solid liquid interface. Please try to understand it because I am trying to explain you the concept in a layman language. Okay, now we know that what is boiling, right? When the boiling will be occur, okay, what is the condition? So the boiling will be occur when a liquid is brought in contact with a heating surface, okay. In our case, there is the coil. This is your coil, okay. You can see here, okay, this coil will be connected with the electrical supply we are giving here. This will be your heater, okay, and coil we can say simply electrical heater. It will be your electrical heater. Now what will happen, that it will heat the surface. So okay, it will heat the surface, so there will be one plate, okay. That plate will be becomes hotter as you will increase, like as you will give the supply. So it means what happens here, this metal surface or this solid surface or heating surface temperature increases. Let's suppose its temperature is Ts, right? So what you are saying, you are saying that when a liquid is brought in contact with a heating surface has a temperature above the saturation temperature of a liquid at that pressure. This point is very important, okay. Now see, in our case, this heating surface will have some temperature, okay. Now what am I saying, that I am saying that this liquid, okay, there is the water, right? So let's suppose this water, I am writing here the temperature of the water. Right now let's assume that its temperature is 110 degrees Celsius, okay, and it is at the room temperature, means it is at the room, so it will be, the pressure will be 1 atmospheric pressure, right? So now we know that at 1 atmospheric pressure, the saturation temperature of the water is 100 degrees Celsius, right? So now what will happen, the boiling will occur. Now what will happen here, the boiling will be occur, as if you read this statement, right? When a liquid is brought in contact with a heating surface has a temperature above the saturation temperature of a liquid at that pressure. So see here, now what will happen, that your boiling will be occur. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? This is the very simple. Right now means your liquid temperature is above the saturation temperature of a liquid or a water, okay. Means your saturation temperature is going to be constant at a particular pressure and temperature. Are you getting my point? So this is about the boiling, right? Okay, this is very simple. Now if you have any doubt till now, please let me in the comments box so that I could explain you in a better way, right? So that's why I have written here that, okay, the boiling process is categorized, means what type of the boiling is that, means pool boiling, subcool boiling, film boiling, or natural boiling. So there are so many types of the boiling. We will also study that, okay, like the boiling categorization or types of the boiling we will also discuss in our next video, right? So boiling process is categorized by the rapid formation of the vapor bubbles at solid liquid interface. Means as you will increase the temperature, so what will happen, that the rapid formation of the bubbles will also increase, right? So that we are saying that it depends upon the temperature as well as your excess temperature, means it depends upon your delta T, okay. That is, we simply say this is the excess temperature, okay. So we will discuss about it in our boiling curve video. Are you getting my point? So this is all about the boiling, okay. So here if you will see that this is your vapor liquid equilibrium curve, okay, which is plotted between the temperature versus your mole fraction, okay. Let me in the comments box that what is the mole fraction. So mainly in this case, this is the binary solution, okay. Let's suppose there will be only two component, A plus B, right? So I am not going to detail of the vapor liquid equilibrium. I am just trying to explain you that what is the boiling, okay. So you will see that if this is your liquid region, this one is your complete liquid region, and this will be your vapor region, okay. Now let's suppose at this point what will be here? Here will be vapor simply, okay, and same as what will be at G, there will be liquid. Are you getting my point what I want to say? Okay, so now what you have done, there was your liquid, okay, your liquid was here, okay, at that temperature, your liquid was here, okay. Now if you increase the temperature, so okay, so what will happen that after some time your temperature will be increased, right? Your temperature will be increased, and let's suppose it reaches here, okay, and this is your bubble point, okay. So what will happen if you take the example of the water? So your water will start boiling, okay. In that case the boiling will start. This is your bubble point, okay. In the case of the water, that is 100 degrees Celsius, right? Now if you further increase the temperature, so what will happen if you further increase the temperature? So the water is not completely boiled, okay, there will be the liquid and you will see the boiling, okay. So means what will happen that in this region there will be liquid plus vapor, means boiling has started, okay, means vaporization has been started, but it is not completed. So in this region, means from C to B, there will be what will be here? There will be liquid plus vapor, but the boiling has started, okay, till B. Are you getting my point what I want to say, right? So this is your boiling, okay. Now if you simply keep your temperature constant, so what will happen that only with this rate your boiling will be occur. This is your tie line, nothing else. Are you getting my points? And this one is your bubble line or bubble curve line, you can simply see. Are you getting my point? This is very simple. This is your bubble point, or T means bubble temperature, okay. From this temperature your liquid will be start boiling, right? Now let's understand that what is condensation, okay. After that we will also come back to your vapor liquid curve. Now condensation occurs when the temperature of a vapor is reduced below its saturation temperature. We have already discussed about that what is saturation temperature, right? Now first of all understand that what is condensation. Actually condensation is nothing but it is the process, okay, in the both, means condensation and in the boiling there will be the fluid motion, okay, means it is a convective heat transfer, right? So in condensation, okay, and simply we can say condensation involves the change of phase from vapor to liquid, okay. In the case of the evaporation, your liquid was converting into the vapor, okay. Same in the case of the boiling, there was what was happening there, the liquid was vaporizing, okay. And in the case of the condensation, what will happen that your vapor will be convert into the liquid. Are you getting my points? So how it happens? It happens that, let's suppose, see here now, there is the vapors. Let's suppose there is the vapors of your waters, right? Now what you are doing here, and let's suppose you are at A, right? Now what you are doing, you are simply reducing the temperature, okay. So as you will reduce the temperature, what will happen that at point B, the one drop, means first drop of the vapor, means your vapor will convert into the liquid, means first drop of the liquid will come or form, simply you can say, okay, at that point, okay, and that point is called the dew point or dew temperature, simply you can say, or dew point you can say. Are you getting my point? Means simply you can say when you reduce the temperature of the vapor, okay, so at that point where the first drop of the liquid forms is called the dew point, okay. So this is your dew point, and if you will further reduce the temperature, so your means your condensation will be occur. So from here the condensation has been started, right? And that's why this is your dew line. This is also very important when you are studying the condensation, right? So dew point, dew line, these topics are very important. Let's suppose if you are an engineering student or engineer, so you will have seen that in the industry there are cooling tower, right? So in the cooling tower, the dew point plays a very important role. Are you getting my points? Now, in this region, the boiling and condensation both occurs, right? In our case, what we are doing, we are simply reducing the temperature, so your your condensation is occurring, okay? And in the case of the evaporation, we will have seen that if it is a closed container, okay, and we are heating it, so what happens here, the evaporation occurs as well as condensation also occurs, okay? We discussed about it in our evaporation video. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? So that is the very important, you must understand that point as well. So when the condensation will occur, simply when you will reduce the temperature, okay? So in our case, what was the saturation temperature? So saturation temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Simply what you have to do for the condensation, you will have to reduce the temperature below the 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atm, okay? Again and again I am focusing on the temperature and pressure, okay? Because these two terms, temperature and pressures, are very important in the case of the condensation and the boiling, right? You will have seen that if you go in a high altitude, your pressure decreases, right? So you will have seen that in that case the boiling also alter, right? So as the temperature, as the pressure will reduce or increase, right? So your boiling temperature will also reduce or increase, because the temperature is simply, you can say, directly proportional to the pressure, right? Your temperature is directly proportional to temperature. So can you let me in the comments box that why in the hill station your liquid boils at lower temperature? Very simple. Please let me in the comments box, right? Now in the last, what I have written that condensation starts with the formation of the atomic or molecular clusters, okay? This is nothing but let's suppose if there are so many vapors and they comes together, so what will happen, that it will make one droplets, you can say, or the cluster, you can say, and after that it becomes the one droplet of the liquid, and this is called the condensation, okay? Now simply see here, there are the two examples, and both examples are the daily life examples or the journal examples of the condensation, right? I'm not going in an industrial one. This bottle was in a refrigerator. Now simply what you have done, you just keep this bottle at the room temperature or at the table. So what will happen, that the water vapor in the air will come in contact with this bottle, because this bottle temperature, okay, this bottle has some temperature that is the cooler, that is cold, or I'm simply saying that less than your atmospheric temperature, okay, the room temperature. So what will happen, that vapor will convert into the liquid, okay, because simply the temperature is below than the saturation temperature, okay? So what will happen, you will see there is the droplets of the liquid, okay? So how these vapors are converting into the liquid? Because of the cluster, okay? They are simply coming together, okay, making the cluster, or you can say the droplets, and you can simply see physically by the eyes visual inspection, simply you can do here, and you can see these clusters, okay? This is the condensation, right? Another example of the condensation is the water cycle. Like in a sea or in the ocean, you will have seen that there is the evaporation occurs, right? Okay, after the evaporation, the clouds forms. How these clouds forms? These clouds forms because of the condensation, okay? Evaporation means simply your liquid converts into the vapors, right? But in the case of the condensation, your vapor will convert into the liquid. Are you getting my point, what I want to say, right? So these are some examples of the condensation. Can you explain this process? Okay, this is very simple, because of the condensation the clouds forms. Now how the rains occurs, rain comes, okay? Very simple, okay? Please let me in the comments box. Are you getting my point now? Okay, so these was the difference between the condensation and the boiling. Simply here we do not distinguish between the boiling and condensation. But if you want to know about it, like what is the difference between the condensation and condensation and boiling, so I could simply tell you, like in the case of the boiling, if we discuss about the boiling, so boiling is the vaporization, right, of a liquid at a particular temperature. Means you will see here the bubbles at the top surface. Are you getting my point? In the case of the water, so at 100 degrees Celsius, your water starts boiling at a 1 atmospheric pressure. This is very, very important. But in the case of the condensation, if you will see here, so in the condensation, what happens that your vapors converts into the liquid and when you reduce the temperature. Are you getting my point? This is also very, very easy. So your temperature should be below the saturation temperature at that pressure, right? Now if we discuss about the change of the phase, so simply in the condensation, vapor phase will convert into the liquid phase, and in the case of the boiling, your liquid will convert into the, like simply you can say, the gas phase or vapor phase. Okay, mainly simply we say the vapor phase. Are you getting my points? Right. Now if we discuss about the end product, right, so in the case of the boiling, there will be vapors, right? You will see at the top there will be the bubbles, vapor bubbles, right? But in the case of the condensation, there will be liquid droplets. Can you see here? These are the liquid droplets, right? So these are the difference between the boiling and condensation, right? So now if you have any doubt, please let me in the comments box, right? Okay, I'll clear your doubt. Okay, and please also suggest us that what topics we could cover in our upcoming videos, right? So that's all for the today's video. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something new, please subscribe our YouTube channel, like this video, share this video with your friends, right? So thanks for watching. Till then, keep learning.